Welcome everybody. This is the confession advice Q&A Google form response episode 1. Hopefully we can continue to do these in the future. But thank you for coming on in. We tackle a couple, topics here. What's your life's biggest regret? How much for the ᵘʰʰ content? OnlyFans and deleting your account after you're done using it and removing your card. What would I do in a perfect life if people weren't acceptive of me or trying to, how can I figure out more about myself? What should I do? Many great questions, some that hopefully bring advice to those that are looking forward to it and is entertaining to those just watching. So I want to thank you for coming on in. Definitely scroll down, go to the like button. If you could just beat that, say, hit it with a couple times. No thumbs down, no, please. And then if you can hit the subscribe button and then hit the bell, you'll be notified whenever I post anything. But enough of that. Let's go on and get to the video. All right. So the first question we're going to start with is this great question here. I think it's a great starter. So one of our questions was, or confessions advice, I should say, not question, but I guess it's all the same. What makes someone a good friend versus what makes someone your best friend? A great friend to me, I'd say, is someone that I'm a pretty friendly guy. I'm friends with a lot of people, or I know a lot of people, but I think what makes someone a good friend for me is like we have common interests. Obviously, that's kind of for everybody, right? It's just to have like common interests with different folks, but also finding like rooms and spaces where you aren't common, right? Like places that maybe they're from or things they're into that I may not be into. Sometimes that like really brings me to them in a sense. Like I'm like, oh shit, like I really want to know what this person does, or oh shit, that's pretty interesting. Like I could learn something from this person. So I think that's huge, having similar backgrounds and such, but like the overall qualities, just I guess being there for that person, obviously, able to like hang out and like be able to talk and have conversation, but also hang out and not say anything. I think hanging out in silence is pretty cool to a degree. I feel like a lot of people can't do that. They'll just be saying shit to say shit, but there's that. And what makes someone your best friend? Your best friend, or makes them my best friend, for the few that I have, I think it just comes with time, comfortability, wanting to like do other stuff, and able to kind of just be someone I can go to talk to about like things that bother me. I feel like I kind of have the most, when I have issues, are pretty similar, or I've gone through them before. And I guess that's why there's still my issues, because I'm still working on them, but like people that just kind of know like how to react to like maybe the things I bring up to them, and also push me forward, and that are like forward thinking and just are trying to do different stuff. So big ups to them. Great question. What makes them my best friend is just I enjoy my time with them. From like, we have to have similar like humor as well. I think that's huge, but yeah, I'd say that's like my go-to when it comes to like a quote unquote best friend. But yeah, great question. I appreciate that question. And then we'll go to the next one here. Our next question here is, how much for the ᵘʰʰ content?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
If I don't know which one of y'all asked to see my feet. If you want to pay for it, let me know. I will hook it up. I'll put something behind me just to show you that I'm willing to show my toes for you. But that's all I'm gonna say, because somebody wants to see my feet. I don't know who. Reveal yourselves, because like I said, it's anonymous. I don't know who posted it, but hey, man, if you want to see these toes, you can see these toes if you want. I'm just afraid to figure out who it is. So until then, man, I mean, who knows? Because if not, you pull up and it's someone I don't expect, we're gonna have the battle music on that. But if you want to see these toes, just let me know, man. It's that easy. But at the same time, save me some grace and don't reveal yourself. All right, so the next question we got is, this isn't a confession or request for advice, but I wonder if the world was perfect and nothing could go wrong, what would you do with your life? That, well, I appreciate the question. What that essentially would be, truthfully, I don't know. I don't know what I would do. Because if there was nothing wrong in life, and I guess it was in a world where I didn't have to like worry about trivial things, I guess like focus on raising a family. I feel like that's just too, I feel like that's a really like perfect world, which is what you put. It's probably like traveling, doing different stuff, high adrenaline stuff, probably like skydive often, and I don't know, just do things that I always wanted to do. If like tomorrow I woke up, I was able to do that. And also just travel and get perspectives in different places. That's definitely what I would do. But I mean, overall, I think that's a really good question. Hopefully like make other people's lives better. Like if it was just my world that was perfect, definitely try to like pass it along. I think that'd be most important, you know? And I was actually with my mom earlier, and this pastor that we knew, he had told her when I was extremely young, like I was going to be a man amongst like wealth and like millions of people someday. I don't know if this guy was just being nice or not. My mom told me that when I was extremely young, and I still remember that to this day. And I don't know, I feel like I just have a purpose with it, so hopefully someday I could fulfill it, whether it was a perfect world or not. I think fulfilling that goal would be it. So yeah, that's my answer for that one. It's actually a great one. I appreciate you asking that. Not a confession or advice, but great question. So that's a good one. Thank you. So our next question we got is going to be, I don't know if I'm bi or gay. I'm too afraid to ask my friends that are a part of the LGBTQ plus community how they knew or discovered their sexual orientation. So I am speaking from a place of a cis, straight male. So I'm not too experienced with this, but I'll give my 2 cents on what you potentially could do. Now, if these are your friends, I don't think there's any issue, or not friends. Well, yeah, you said friends, my bad. So if you want, I feel like all of them have experienced a sense of potentially like coming out or like discovering their sexuality. So I think just like finding one in particular you trust, explaining that you really do trust them and you're vulnerable with them, you know, so they understand like, yo, let me keep this to myself and help this person like figure this out, and go through like a smooth experience and like and figuring out your identity in a sense. I think that's very important, because I feel like a lot of people in that community, not every community is an extremely safe place. Some are judged and all the types of stuff. That's just how it is. So I can only imagine that some people, it can be ugly in a sense, but I think finding one specific person that you're extremely like safe and comfortable with to have that conversation is very important. But that's for me, from the outside looking in. At the end of the day, do it on your terms, and when you're ready, I think that's the most important part. Once you're ready to do it, I think it'll go much better than what you think. But definitely don't rush into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to do it on your terms, because this is about you and like how you feel and like your discovery of yourself and others and your emotions and affection and all the other stuff. So I wish you the best of luck on that. Please keep us updated if you would like, and you know, go from there. So I appreciate the question and the honesty, not honesty, but the just bringing that here and being vulnerable enough to ask me and trust in my response to it. So I really do hope that, you know, you get that support that you're looking for, and you got my support. So keep it pushing, and hopefully that goes well. Man, just get another round of applause real quick. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, big ups, and I hope to hear from you soon and how that goes. So best of luck to you. So our next question here, or advice or confession. I mean, I don't know. I get these are more like questions, but hey, it is what it is. Could you ever see yourself in an open relationship? Personally, I don't think so. Not at this age, and granted, since I'm not in a relationship, it doesn't come to mind. I think I'm too much of a how would you say it? I just have this belief that you find this one person, not saying there's specifically one person for you in this world, but you meet one person, fall in love with them, grow affectionate, intimate, and you share that with this person. Now, I understand as time goes on, y'all may want to explore different avenues, or you may want to, and this and that. But I feel like when you go into these situations and you bring a third person in, or if that other person, like let's say you and your spouse or your partner go out and they got their own other person, so there's 4 people in this arrangement, I feel like the people that are brought in are always the one that get jacks up the most. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been watching Insecure these past few months, and there's a situation where one of the characters is hanging out with a childhood friend that is married, and she also knows the wife, but he's like, oh no, we're in an open relationship. And she gets up in that, and it gets weird, man. Like, she's the one that ends up getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nasty, you know? And then like, he has a key to her crib, and it just gets too comfortable. And then, like, she started, like, being like, yo, like, what is this? And it's like, yo, what you mean? Like, we just in an open relationship. I can do whatever I want. I'm like, so looking from the perspective of being on the outside, I wouldn't do it. And just by knowing that, I wouldn't want to do it, you know? But I'm 25 years old talking about that. Who knows how I'll feel when I'm 40s. But, yeah, like, I don't knock it. Like, anyone that does it, but for me, I wouldn't do it, especially not at this age. Yeah, not at this age. I just have too much respect for the idea of how I find love in my mind to just be dibbling and dabbling like that. You know what I'm saying? So I could do that while not being in a serious relationship, because I feel like part of that just feeds the ego, and there's no point of feeding my ego, in my opinion. Cause shit, it only just builds me up, and then I have a nasty ass fall. So great, that's a great question. But in the comments, let me know what y'all think. But yeah, not me. Yeah, not me. Great question. Our next question. Let's see what we got here. This is a serious question here, or advice. So I have friends that I'm close to who are in direct contact with the people I consider my abusers. They know how I feel. They know the history and abuses, or the abusees, yet still surround themselves with them. Am I tripping for feeling some kind of way about it? Oh, so let's see. My bad. In my opinion, I don't think you're tripping at all. If you had a situation where you now have, these abusers and friends that hang out with them knowing what happened to you, I think there's a fine, I don't want to say there's a fine line. I feel like there's just an understanding of like, yo, these people did something malicious, very wrong, blah, blah, blah. It'd be different if these people were like, yo, like, we need to get this guy help, blah, blah, blah. Does not sound like it's that situation. For them to be cool with you, understand that something was done against you that was unwanted, this isn't fair and inconsiderate of your feelings, like your livelihood. I hate to say it, like, also, I assume you're a woman as well. Like, that just attacks you in so many different ways, knowing that these people can hang out with this other person that has abused you. And you said abuser, so plural. So I hate to hear that. And I appreciate, you feeling, comfortable enough to bring this up and seek some type of advice for it. Hopefully this can be some type of help and just like confirmation, that I don't think you're tripping at all. I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't think you're tripping, because like, that's something that you would like to disassociate with, I'm sure. Those people should know better. They're hanging out with someone that has done it to somebody, most likely would have no issue doing it to somebody else. And I feel like this being, if you care for others, you got to look out for predators, right? And you have to understand, like, yo, this person is a predator, and we need to like protect other people from being preyed on by a specific person. And I feel like that's just very important. And if they're not doing that and they're just being cool and friends and blah, 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 then like, nah, they gotta go. Like, there's no reason for you to feel bad for, bouncing out of those friendships or anything like that. Because at the end of the day, you gotta, like, not in a selfish way, but like watch over yourself and your peace. And like, I know that situation probably weighs heavy. It weighs heavy on a lot of people. And I know like just being around these people remind you of it. I know it has to be daunting and like heavy on your shoulders. So I would highly recommend doing what's best for you. And if you want, you can even talk to those people first. But it's completely up to you and what you feel is right for yourself. Like if you don't talk to them and say, hey, like you guys been hanging out with this guy or this girl, I just can't. It's really hard for me to see how you guys can do it. Like, please enlighten me on how y'all can, or if it's an issue, like I'm sorry, I just got to disassociate with me, like with you and these other people. I feel like that's most important, like just for your peace and, you know, to help, you know, move forward from like the situation that happened. So hopefully those words were helpful. And like I said, like for you to bring those up and feel, you know, trust my response to it and for it to be on here, like it's a huge thing. So hopefully this was helpful. And if you ever need anything, you can reach out to me directly. You know, I have no problem like talking about these type of things and hopefully helping other people with these situations. So if you need anything, just let me know. My messages are always open. So hopefully, you know, things get easier. And this was this gave you some type of relaxing moment to know that you're not tripping at all on how this is going. So there's that. And thank you again for bringing that up. And also, you know, there could be other people watching this that kind of feel the same way. So, you know, eventually talking about it could potentially help. And hopefully, like for anyone watching this can be like a sign of like, hey, you know, this person talked about it. Maybe I can at some point. And I think that's very important. So thank you for sharing that. I'm sure it'll be useful and helpful for those in the future that do watch this as well. I have a family member I used to be close with. I know I didn't always treat them the best. How should I go about reconnecting? Yeah, so I think what you should do is just contact that person, tell them you've been thinking about them. If they're aware that you were treating them not so kindly, I guess, at one point, you can apologize for it. Like explain how you came to that, you know, why you were going through that, you know, obviously apologize. And just, I think this, getting that off your chest, apologizing and also giving them space to digest what you told them, I think is extremely important. So you could definitely do that. Once you do that, give them space, let them respond, and see how they want to move forward. Because this could be a nice soft reset for y'all's friendship or relationship. And then from there, it can be it can just continue from what it used to be, right? But this person's probably grown a little bit and is a little different, and like so are you. Obviously, like coming to a space of realizing like, yo, I wasn't treating this person right. I need to like, you know, come forward and apologize. I think that'd be very important. So I think that's definitely something you should do. Same thing as one of the other, you know, advice questions earlier, like do it when you're ready, when you have a clear head. And also do it like in a moment where it's not like crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to think. Yeah, just like don't do it like at a family gathering and like ask them to go to the back of the restaurant and talk about it. You know what I'm saying? But like, just make sure it's from a sincere place and go from there. So that'd be my advice with, you know, working on that. And I hope, you know, you guys do fix that, amend that relationship, and continue moving forward. I think that's very important. So our next question here is, tell us your most embarrassing story. That story is going to go a little something like this. So, Mr. Davis, tell us about the time you were using OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. I don't remember using that.
Looking at your Chase history, it looks like you used OnlyFans before.
All right, man, let me explain the story, how this happened, right? Because I'm going to make it quick. So, one time there was someone I was following on Twitter, and they, you know, just opened it up and was like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Support your girl, woo wop wop. Just from Chicago, I didn't know her. All right, you don't want to ask the questions. I'm just gonna tell her how it is. Get out of here. I was like, all right, cool. It's $3, $3. You know, made it count. It was like something like that. I don't know. I was there for a short time. It was nothing crazy. So I go in there. It's cool. It's nothing crazy. Like it's just normal pictures. Nothing wild. You know what I'm saying? And then a month later, it got crazy on there, and I was like, "Yo, I gotta get out. I didn't see you like this. I gotta bounce." So I'm telling my truth. I'm telling my truth now. So I got up out of there, and I never deleted the account. So a month later, some bot got me. Goddamn bot. And it got me good. It got me for about $120 worth of OnlyFans content. And when I had to call my bank, they asked me, they said, "Oh, so you've been charged from OnlyFans?" And I just didn't know how to answer. And the guy asked me, he's like, "Have you ever used the site before for your own personal use?" I lied. I said, "No. Nah, but I need my money back. I didn't make that account. How my card got there, I don't know. But please don't reach out to him, because if they tell you about an account, they gonna tell you he did. And that's all I got to say. I gotta go."
Yeah, I don't know who just came up in here with all that craziness, man. It was like he was getting interrogated. I just went to go get some water. You know what I'm saying? And he just ran out of here, man. He had tears coming out his eyes and stuff. It looks like we're on our last question, man. And all right, this person has to be watching this because they want to know. I don't know what demon decided to ask me, rank your exes 1 through 5. Do I even have 5 exes? Nah, man. One of them was extremely butt in high school. One of them was like extremely butt in high school. One obviously wasn't. They're out of there though. We're not gonna talk about them. But there was one person I dated. She's dead last. A lot of stupid stuff. Oh man, I still can't get over how my best friend was like, "Hey, bro, I'm not gonna lie. When you was with her, I ain't know. I thought you was gonna throw your life away." I'm like, "Bro, it's me. It's me." You know what I'm saying? I may have skipped track practice once or twice, but it was nothing crazy. But yeah, nah, she was definitely not shit. So that's last place. Yo, who asked me this question? After that person, the next one was a very sweet girl. Didn't last long. I was just on some. I wasn't on them shit. It just didn't work out. So yeah, she's a second place because yeah, I mean it didn't last that long either. Anyway, third, this person was cool. You know what I'm saying? I put this person in, and I'm going from worst to best, and I guess this is in the span of like how long we dated potentially. But I'd say this one's third because I mean we dated probably the longest. And not dated, we were in a relationship for the longest, and this person was pretty good, man. You know what I'm saying? Did some shit I did not quite understand, but I mean that's everybody. So they third. I'm not gonna dog nobody on here. There's no reason to. I didn't really have the very first one I mentioned definitely could be dogged on, but yeah. But after that, damn, I went on a long ass break. My most recent ex. She did break up with me on my birthday, so I'm yeah, you probably gonna see this, so yeah, and you know I'm gonna get these jokes off, but yeah, so she I don't know, she's fourth, she may be third, fifth place, I mean that's it's whatever, man. Like all great girls at the end of the day, all great people, and it's just I ain't got no reason to talk bad about any of them. They wouldn't talk bad about me because they weren't really evil or crazy or did anything unexplainable. So hopefully they're all doing well. The ones that I actually like still like keep up with to some degree, they all seem to be doing well. So big ups to them. But yeah, that's really it when it comes to the exes, man. All right, for anyone making it this far, I appreciate you coming on in. I think we went over some great topics today. Got to answer those and figure out what's going on in people's head. How do I think about it? What advice I'd give? And hopefully something to take away from all this. So I appreciate anyone coming on in here, man. If you can hit the like, subscribe button, comment, whatever you want. My socials will be listed below. And we also have a Discord set up for my Twitch and other things that I'm going to be doing in the future. So if you want to be just tapped in and what I have got going on and the little community we got building up, you can definitely join the Discord and chat with me and everyone else that's in there and see what we do. So thank you for coming on in. I hope y'all have a great day, and hopefully we can get more questions coming up and get another episode pumped in. So pumped in. Anywho, it was great doing this for y'all, and for those that entered, thank you for providing it, and hopefully I helped y'all out. So again, y'all have a good one. Peace.